Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of me trying to be profitable. This week was another amazing week, as you guys are about to see. Made a shitload of progress and learned which areas I need to refine further to become an even better trader than I am currently. And yeah, I'll just get into it. Alright, so today what I saw in the high time room were a bunch of massive imbalances that haven't been filled, and I did see this 1 hour Fib Valley Gap which was tapped into hella, so pretty much all the orders within that zone was already filled, so I don't know, but like the high time room was giving bearish to me since price created this 5-minute breaker with the 3-minute Fib Valley Gap within it, which was tapped into really nicely, and there was a bunch of LRLs to the south side too, so that was a confluence that could be stacked on top of the others. And I did like the shorts a lot more today because of the fact that there was a lot more substance to back up the trade, and I was fully expecting today to be a slow day since it was a no news Monday, so my target was at the most recent prominent low on the high time frame. And yeah, as you can see, I had my entry placed for my most recent low and was now just waiting for more volume to come down and hit my entry. And price did come down eventually after chopping for a bit on the 1 minute, and we were in. And I'll just let my trade play for a little bit. So yeah, as you can see, price eventually came down and hit my TV for a win of $170.28. So yeah, it's a pretty clean trade overall, and the confluence just lined up and respect my plan, so I took it and it ended up working out in my favor. So yeah, that's a great start to the week. Let's see if we can keep it up throughout the week. Alright guys, sorry I forgot to take clips prior to the trade, but I did manage to record the entire trade, so I'll just play it out for you guys while doing a voiceover. But yeah, the main confluences for today were the draws on liquidity to the south side and the confirmation of the 15 plus 5 minute inverse Fair Valley gaps. And I took a continuation entry from the most recent low time frame low off the respect of the 15 plus 5 minute inverse Fair Valley gap, and that was pretty much the entry. And yeah, price just ran for a while and it came down to hit my partial where I took out 2 contracts, and pricing came back up and tapped into the 1 minute order block where my entry was, where it didn't start respecting that bearish confluence again and then pushed lower. And since price was respecting these confluences, I decided to add an extra contract in, and which price drove down from, and then pricing came out, which made me decide to switch my TP to the most recently made low because it was at 2 a.m. at this point, so I needed to sleep because I had a 8 a.m. class. But yeah, we did hit our TP in the end for a nice win of $328.04. A really beautiful trade today with nice confluences backing it up, and we pretty much out of drawdown with this one, so yeah, made back the entire 1k. So yeah, let's keep this shit up and actually beat this account now. Alright, for today, it seemed pretty bearish again, with the main things I noted down being this 4-hour order block, which on the lower time frame was tapped into and pushed lower. And the current low time frame imbalances like the 15-minute order block, the 5-minute order block and Fair Valley gap, and 3-minute Fair Valley gap was a nice overlap that I wanted to take my entry at. I had my entry placed there and an entry placed at the recent prominent low to account for if price came down with strong bearish power. And yeah, not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention when it got filled. I was working on my assignments, and yeah, not gonna lie, the risk was pretty fucked. I couldn't get a good stop loss because the trade was too big, and that caused this trade to be more subpar than I would have liked. And I couldn't take any partials either because they were all at like a 0.5, 0.6 RR, so it wasn't gonna be a positive return. And we did get some bearish power, but honestly the volume was just not there, and price eventually came up and stopped me out. The slippage fucked me here as I was closing my trade, and yeah, I got stopped out for a loss of $212.70. And I agree, I was a bit of a risk with this trade, and it was largely due to me not doing proper analysis prior to entering the trade and just overall not paying attention. So yeah, that's my bad. And alright, the second trade was for the 15-minute imbalances that I noted down at the start of the session. And I was thinking initially that that was pretty far for price to tap into, but it became more valid after price gained some buying momentum. And price respected the 5-minute order block plus 3-minute Fair Valley for bullish, and since price was also starting to move in a bullish trend, I decided to take it after we got some nice buying volume. And yeah, price came up and stalled for a bit before finally hitting my TP for a win of $121, so making back a chunk of that loss. But I should have been more patient today, as I should have waited for price to react to the 15-minute imbalances. The high time frame and the 5-minute after also, like, they would have more high power, and yeah, if I did that I could have avoided the first initial loss. But yeah, that was today. Yeah, that was Wednesday, so I ended off today with a loss of $100. Alright, so for pre-market analysis today, I saw these high time imbalances that were still untapped with the 4-hour order block overlapping with 1-hour Fair Valley gap and order block. On the low time frame, price had developed LRLs as well, so this overlap of imbalances looked really A+ to me. So depending on price action, I could look to see price sweeping out the high first before coming down and filling the imbalances. Just a possibility I could keep in the back of my mind, you know. And looking at the potential entry here, I saw this 5-minute fair value gap get tapped into and continued lower. And because of this confirmation, I placed the continuation entry at the recent low. And price did come down and hit my entry, but it lost quite a lot of its bearish momentum, which I didn't expect. And then price then stalled for a bit before finally heading up to hit my TP hit my stop loss for a loss of $135.72. And I would say that this trade I didn't really expect to be stopped out on. I would say it was a lot smaller, so the risk size wasn't as big, so I didn't really mind it, and also because it just meant I had more to learn. And the lower bearish power as the candles came down was an indicator that price still wanted to hit up for a while, so that's what I took away from this trade, just like being more careful with seeing the candle power. And also I just traded a bit too early today as well. It was just pretty unfortunate that I got Seeking destroyed, but yeah, I kept waiting and nothing I liked really came, so I ended up just not taking any other trades after that. So yeah, we'll just move on to tomorrow. Alright, so for the big Friday, I saw these high time imbalances that were present, and these imbalances were pretty big from the massive bearish drops from the previous day, so I thought maybe price would want to try and fill these imbalances, especially after price just swept out a bunch of daily lows. Though I did notice that price was accumulating a bit at the bottom of the 1 hour fair value gap and failing to break above, so perhaps price wanted to continue even lower. And because of the contradiction, I was more of a blank slate today, just watching for potential on both ends. And I noted that on the low time frame, price had swept the 5-minute highs, and this 5-minute fair value gap had also been developed. So if price disrespected this imbalance and continued lower, we could look for a continuation entry to the prominent lows. Either that or price respects this imbalance, and we can continue to look for longs to fill in the imbalance with this high time frame imbalance overlaps. And price did come down. Price came down and took out the low with some nice volume, so I was watching on the 1 minute, and price on the 1 minute had retraced into a 1 minute fair value gap that was within the 5-minute fair value gap, so I decided to place my entry for continuation. And price then came down and hit my entry, and we were in, but not for long. Price came down swiftly and hit my full TP for a profit of $179. And yeah, this first trade was very efficient and very fast, as you can see. And yeah, everything went well in this, so yeah, that's pretty good. And I did take a second trade. I saw the second trade potential with price recovering bullish and creating a bullish imbalance with a 3-minute fair value gap and 1-minute fair value gap. And the only thing I was unsure about was the 5-minute time frame, since no good confluences were being developed. But after price respected the imbalances and got some nice volume coming in, I decided to enter with the target at the top of the LRLs. And it was going pretty well at the start, but after a little bit I just became a barcode before price came down and hit my stop loss for a loss of $65. And I will say I did manage my risk better with this trade and prevent my green from turning to red. And it was quite unfortunate that I lost this trade and I shouldn't have entered in the first place, or I should have been more patient and waited for price to develop further before entering. But yeah, that wraps up this week's trades, so let's move on to the recap. Alright, so this week was honestly pretty good. Ended up in profit $374.80 and a total P&L of minus $231.17. And this week went really well, with a lot of trades being fast and efficient. This is one of the biggest weeks so far in my so far career, and really happy with the progress made, and still learned a lot of things I can work on, like being patient and being more analytical, and just cutting out the bad vices IRL, like playing games because I like to be doing too much at times, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's just keep it the good shit next week. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through to the end. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.